So there's news. We got all the news about what's going on with the war and what's going on with craziness. Now they're saying that they have seen mass murders of babies and I'm like, here we go again. I don't. I'm gonna just be honest. I don't believe there anymore. It's creates this whole sense of an emergency when it's really not an emergency. Now, I'm not sitting up there saying that what's going on in Giza, where they said that, cribs and stuff was torn. They saw maybe that's what happened, but I'm not gonna believe it. I'm not. I mean, maybe that's what happened, but I'm not gonna 100% say, yeah, that's right. That's what's going on because the news says it. I'm not. I'm not going to. I'm not going to just go with your narrative. I'm not. Now, granted, yes, they are starting a war. My, have we forgot what happened last year and the year before? We've forgotten that we had a pandemic, or some people want to call it a pandemic, and it's like we want to brush all that underneath the rug. How many people was like basically hurt from those daggone shots? How many people died because of it? And who knows what the aftermath would be? So God help us, like I don't want to see a war. I don't want to see a war. Nobody wants to see war. But some odd reason, the folks that like to play these games, they want to see a war. Now it went from, for the longest, them folks been sitting up there shooting rockets back and forth over to Israel, and we've always backed Israel. We always have backed them. But your freaking next door neighbors are barbaric as heck, and this is biblical, you know. And at the end of the day, too, what I have found. I'm just like, Lord, we just really don't need it right now. With all of what's going on, you got folks living paycheck to paycheck, some struggling like crazy, everything pretty much shutting down, rations are getting smaller and smaller, and now we gotta deal with a possible draft. And who knows what's gonna happen with China and Russia. But one thing I do know for sure is that the evils that like to plot stuff out, they already know what's going down. But little do they know the God that we serve. That's why I'm like, I'm not gonna be moved by what y'all say and get up in arms and be like, bring out the grenades. Let's get these bastards. They did what? I'm not gonna be moved by it because I remember. I remember you censoring me because I was telling folks to just, take heed and take care of themselves, and you thought that I was a threat, so you censored me. You know what I mean? And all the rest of um the doctors that was out there trying to help their patients, you put them out of work. I remember when you took soldiers, perfectly healthy soldiers, and now they got brain damage and all other type of issues because of the mandates you pushed. And then the whole time, the media was like, yeah, oh gosh, we're dealing with the epidemic. Oh, but COVID don't pay no bills. And when you shut everything down, inflation went out the roof. And now here we are. We just gonna act like that never happened. And the same news media folk, I'm supposed to act like as if these people tell nothing but the truth. They know what's going on. Every single channel, the same narrative, the same script. Not one of y'all down dirty in the ditches like you used to be to give us the real news of what's really going on. So I'm not buying everything that y'all pushing. I'm not. That's why sometimes you got to turn away from the news and be like, I'm not buying that whole Hawaii thing. And oh, it was electrical. Yeah, it was electrical. Um, some things went off. It was just a whole bunch of it's global warming. I got news for you for global warming. For all of you who think everybody should be taxed, okay? The world gonna be here when you dead, okay? So for you to try to tax the globe like we can really do something about it, come on now. People who were born thousands of years, I'm sure they can tell you. So, but it's like trying to draw money out of the air. We wanna tax you for breathing. I mean, heck, if you can patent or try to take a seed that is godly made and then try to patent it and force farmers not to be able to reuse seed off of the strength that you have to have a license and you have to go through my company in order to grow an apple. I am not trusting none of you. I'm not. I don't know what y'all putting in the food, but I know the crazy. No, I know what y'all putting in the food. Poison. You cannot come up. You don't even want to say the C word, cure. Oh no, you don't come up with cures. Doctors don't help cure. Come up with an alternative word because when you push drugs in people's systems, that makes money. That's a $1 trillion industry right there. you know. And then this pandemic, they made so much money. They're not trying to get rid of these vaccines. All you dummies lined up for your fifth and eighth and ninth Jabaroo. Please, you think they're gonna let that money go like that? Please, they're gonna come up with something else. Like, I'm sorry, but no, not sorry. You're not gonna fool me. You're not gonna. You can call me a conspiracy theorist all you want to. I don't trust you. As far as I can throw you, I'm not trusting it and I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Same folks that want to go after Trump, suing him for this. Remember that lady when she was sworn? I don't even know. This happened on Capitol, the one with the glasses that look like a man but supposed to be a woman, with the whole charade and trying to put on this whole show. What was that all about? I even forgot what it was all about. You see, the way that they're doing things is that our attention spans, because we got social media, we got so many things that's going on. Our attention spans are not. It's like you're not paying attention to what just happened. I'm not buying it. Y'all can all buy it and be like, oh my gosh. I mean, we're gonna have to buy it when they start, coming in our next door. But y'all better believe it. It's a setup. It's a setup. Biden, no, we cannot afford and should not be involving ourselves in some war. We just cannot do that. That's why I'm like, Lord, when you come, please, Father, don't forget me. Please wrap shit up. I want my clothes, everything, earrings left behind. I'm so serious when I say this. I'm so serious when I say this. So, people are like, yeah, and all of this stuff is going on. And I'm like, y'all, you guys, you young fellas, especially the one that called me auntie yesterday, you ready to be drafted in the war? Huh? Huh? Because that's what they're going to do. All of y'all that been playing Call of Duty with the high scores. You ain't know that was a simulation to see how good you are during wartime. They're gonna be coming for you, knocking at the door. And I'm not sitting up here. I am not by all means. I don't know. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying everything that I see on TV, especially from the news. Especially from the news. I don't trust those people at all. They are the last people to actually get any type of news source. They have a bunch of actors out there that literally look at your channel, look at the news, look at how they try to keep that straight face, that concerned face. These people aren't concerned, they can care less. They give money to tell you and read from a script. They don't know what's going on. Anybody can sit up here and paint a picture of somebody, have them in handcuffs, and tell you, yes, this person was trying to run up somewhere and shoot up the daggone place. And the whole time, they're not in handcuffs because of that. They're in handcuffs because they accidentally cuffed themselves and thought they had the key, was trying to do a magic trick, but somebody took the daggone narrative and created into their own thing. So I'm not going to believe everything I see on TV. I'm just not. I'm not going to believe that. We last time it was weapons of mass destruction, and then y'all they was dropping them bombs every day, going we're killing innocent folks. Then you had the mad scientists trying to make up and trying to find ways to destroy the DNA, making these daggone you know what I'm saying? Trying to find ways to do destruction. And you spent all that money to go over there just to leave a whole bunch of I can't. I'm just like right now is not the time. It's not the time. It's not the time for this. But I'm not gonna believe all that. Y'all can look on the news and be like, oh my gosh, look at these people or whatever. They paint the picture of different places across the globe to fit their own narratives. They really do. And cause chaos, just like that whole thing that happened on Capitol Hill. They swear up and down it was a group of people that sieged the place. Not to remind you, I worked right around the daggone corner. I work right around the corner. I ain't see no helicopters out there. Traffic was just as nice. But the one thing I kept saying over and over and over again was a rerun from Fox and NBC showing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then yet Trump, you did this. You were the reason why people came up, in our capital and stormed the doors. Y'all got all this money that you send overseas, but could not get security. Not one sniper, nobody was out there. Okay, I'm done. And we're close to the Pentagon. See, y'all playing games. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not believing, I'm not sitting up here, I'm not saying that there may not there I'm not saying that there's no truth, but I will say this: you have no idea what these folks would do to come up with a narrative. Some people call it a pandemic, a planned war. Just like I said with the whole Maui situation. Now we're not even looking at Maui no more. Heck, we're not even looking at the vaccines, folks. Now they're talking about women got issues with their periods. Oh, you think so? Because of that vaccine. Oh, you think so? But they have been complaining about that before, but you didn't even want to put that in the news. You didn't even want YouTube didn't even want you to talk about it. And now the news media, oh, they're more credible. The credibility of them is so trustworthy. Now they've decided to release that. That's why I'm like, I don't trust y'all as far as I can throw y'all. Y'all come up with so many things, and oh, now we're going to be doing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is a setup. This is a setup. I told you before in my last videos, in order to bring the United States down and bring her and wrap her up, is you got to invade the land. When you invade the land with a whole bunch of foreigners, then not foreigners, but what's the word I want to say? I want to say, well, yeah, when you invade the land with a whole bunch of foreigners that come over here that don't care about our liberties, our way, our truth, they come with their own agendas and their own issues. Now, don't get it twisted. There are some folks that come over here and they really want to be an American. They want the way of life. They want the freedoms that we have. But there are those who got their whole agenda ahead, and some of them have been purposely placed here. Because I told y'all in my dream I had, where I heard bombs in the back, and like in the distance. They weren't even that far off. The bombs were like more like I could hear them in my dream. And when I looked, these looked like Middle Eastern men who had on all black, and they were all in a line, and they were all going towards the Capitol. And as I heard the bombing, the Middle Eastern man looked at me and he smiled, like an evil smile, like a smirk, like, yeah, we're here. So I say this, it was purposely done, because when they went ahead and please correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know if it's Afghanistan or Iran, I think it's Afghanistan. When they went ahead and pulled away, when they pulled away and left that the stuff over there, they flew so many people. I don't know if the number was like 300,000. They flew so many people over here. And I'm not sitting up here saying that all of these people that they flew over here were terrorists or whatever like that. But what I saw in my dream, these people weren't from here, but they were here. Okay. You don't know destruction, and you don't know when it's going to be set off. Do you get what I'm saying? And we're not used to that. We live good over here. We live absolutely, utterly good. We drive, we eat, we sleep. We got big houses. We got nice pools. You can pursue what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. We really got it good. But some people don't want it that way. And so you got a lot of eagles that work in high places and office that would sell America down a dag on river, and they don't care as long as they get the money. It's all about the number count, honey. It ain't about your freedoms. It's all about the number count. That's why God said never again will he give his government over to man. And I'm gonna tell you something about Israel too. A lot of them folks over there in Israel, a lot of them folks don't even believe in Jesus. The majority of those folks over there, they don't. And granted, yes, it's prophesied about Israel and all of that. But the bottom line is the number one name in order for you to get in and be in there like swimwear is Jesus. That's the only way you're gonna come to the Father is through his son. So some of them folks over there in Israel, they don't even believe in Jesus. So, or they put on this like we're so holy, but a lot of them got corruptness in their hearts. So I mean, I know I'm speaking truth, and some of y'all like, oh yeah, uh-huh. But all eyes on Jerusalem, because I'm trying to tell you some real stuff. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. Look at them interviews when they ask people, so what did you think about Jesus? I don't be believing in it. I was like, dang, and I thought y'all was the holy folks, the holy rollers. No. So I'm not sitting up there saying that another country throwing a bomb at another one it makes it right. No, it's wrong. It's absolutely wrong. And you should be fighting, because this is, you're not going to mess up, our people because you got some issues. I get it. I get it. But everybody knows that in war, somebody loses their life and people not trying to die. People are not trying to die. And they said that, now I only looked at a little bit of it, but they said that, babies were beheaded and arms and people limbs and they were cut up and whatever. And I'm just like, man, it sounds horrible. I hope that didn't happen. I hope, but judgment, vengeance is mine, says the Lord. I hope that didn't happen. But y'all, we are really about to see something. Like all I can say for real, because I can rant about this the whole time, you know, is that you need to prepare. Okay. Because when they literally just did one of those national, why is everybody coming this way to go home? They must all know this is the fastest way. Remember they just did the national test on our cell phones. They did one for us and they also did one for Russia. Now all of a sudden now here goes the war. In Israel, I'm like, what y'all got going on here? Who throwing down cards? If you saw my video this morning, who's throwing down these cards? What's going on? You need to prepare yourself. You need to prepare your families just in case if you have no cell phone. In the case of an emergency, you need to come up with a plan of where you are going to meet up at. If you say, okay, we're going to all meet up at Aunt Keisha's house, we're going to meet up at Nana's house, we're going to all meet up over at my parents' house, y'all, we're going to meet up at home. And if for any reason home ain't right, you go off to the right and you stay there. You don't move. You don't go nowhere. I'm on my way. Because let me tell you something, y'all. We depend so much on these cell phones, don't we? Mom, on my way. We call the kids, what you doing? Oh, let me see. But when that stuff is shut down, it's like you're in the dark. And God forbid if something goes down in this country, you're going to have back-to-back traffic. And if there's anybody that's going to start dropping stuff off, you're going to be getting out of the car and you're going to be hiking. We don't want to think that way. And let's hope and pray that we never have to deal with stuff like that. But some folks, I'm talking about a lot of evil people are itching, itching to bring some drama to the USA. They want to see it burn. They want to see it burn. If you haven't had a relationship with God, you about to get one. Because your faith and everything, your whole reality is about to be tested. Let's pray that this thing does not get out of hand, because if it do, oh, you gonna be involved in it. Because the person that y'all voted for, he ain't trying to step out. He ain't trying to go nowhere. And he knows in order for him to stay in there as long as he can, he gotta declare war. He has brought so much gloom and doom to this country. How bad can you go? Some of these folks overseas, they have sided up with China and stuff like that. Like, you don't want to. We're not ready for that, because while some of y'all been playing video games and doing selfies and putting on makeups and tutorials and stuff like that, these people all day long been marching. But I gotta remember this: we got a God who loves us, that will never leave us nor forsake us. He's the same God that sent an earthquake to swallow an entire city. He'll flood the whole daggone place, to turn your freaking houses into straight slush and mud, that you won't even have time to pick up a daggone gun. So I have to remind myself of that and not live in fear. But y'all, make sure that you got your lamps filled up. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. I'm still on alert. I ain't never not been on alert. But everything I see, I'm just like, at the end we win, so I'm not going to trip. But I will say this is that I have had dreams where foreign soldiers were in this land too. And I think I shared that dream where it looked like I saw some American men and they all had rifles in their hands and they was looking out the window. They were looking out the window, and then they all rushed to the other side of the house. It was American men with like rifles. And as I looked out the window, I saw foreign soldiers all over the place. So I can honestly say, like, I don't know. I'm not buying everything that. Well, not. I know what time it is, but I really don't. I don't want to know what time it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, I really don't want to see this right now. Like, I don't, and I pray that some type of peace can just come up, and then you already know what's gonna come after that. You're gonna have the Antichrist. We already dealing with the mark of the beast. Like, this stuff is all coming down the pipeline. But y'all just make sure that you tell your family members in case of an emergency. You need to come up with an emergency plan in case of an emergency. Where you guys going to meet up at? If something goes down and your cell phone is not working, where are you going to meet up at? You guys need to have an emergency plan. Um, I know I'm going to have my emergency plan. I'm going to let my mother know now. Like, don't y'all move whatever. I'm going to be headed in that direction, but I think it's important. I don't know why, but it's been placed upon my heart to send that out to one of my groups texts, just to let everybody know to make sure you have an emergency plan. Some people think like, well, I don't, it may not. I hope and pray it doesn't happen, but I hope and pray it doesn't happen. But it's like, you can prepare and then nothing happens, or don't prepare and something happens. You get what I'm saying? So they are literally, like, the whole news media is pushing this, like, we need to get involved. And from my understanding, I think I think Biden did say we are. I didn't even look at the news. Like I said, I didn't even look at it yet. But I am going to find out. I'm gonna just see if I can go right here. I think that was good. I could. Yeah, but yeah. So that's pretty much all I have to really say about that. Is that we need to be on the lookout. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Enjoy every single day that you have now to look out and see the skies, and see the stores that you love so much, and going out to dinners and being around friends and family. Like, enjoy every bit of it right now. And yes, pray for those who are dealing in basically in the midst of that chaos, because when you get a bunch of folks that just want to go off, when you get a bunch of folks, like, literally, we were all dealing with an epidemic. They were all over there trying to race in line next door to get their booster shots. Now all of a sudden, all hell done broke loose. And like I said, what I was looking at yesterday, I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm not going to believe everything I see on TV. Because remember, when they said it's safe and effective. Remember that? Remember that? Remember, remember when our president, or the one you voted for, remember the commander in chief right now? He went to OSHA to try to mandate that you get a jab. Remember that? What the heck? Why would y'all cut this off? Why are they closing the roads? There's no outlet here. Hurry up if you're going to turn, sir. Who in their right mind would do such a thing? Y'all, this thing just turned me all the way around. Okay, I can't right now. I'm gonna just make a left right here and see what this takes me to. Is there an outlet in Detour? I can't believe these people. What are they doing? Sorry, you guys. I'm all like, why is all of these roads closed down? So yeah, I'm not gonna. They were making them Old Branch Avenue. I'm not going that way. How can I go that way? This doesn't make sense. These are the same folks that was basically they wouldn't even allow anybody to bring anything into Hawaii when them fires was going off. And then when people ask questions like, how did the car frame melt? The freaking car is just melted away. How is this even possible? How is this even possible? And it was like, oh well, it was just so hot. Bull. Y'all got something that know how to melt stuff like this? Bull. Like you look at the place and you can see that something wicked happened, and it wasn't no jag on natural fire. Y'all want to believe the science of everything. So when you had that came up in there like, nah, buddy. Oh hell no. Nah. What I got going on, this ain't normal. Please tell me I'm going the right. Please don't tell me I'm going the wrong way. I really don't like the simple fact that they just put detours everywhere, and then I'm going in a freaking circle. Look, gosh, this really sucks. I'm gonna have to take the highway because this, and they want you to believe like a regular fire went down, but all of it just so happened all of the mansions they were spared. But because you only had a daggone twig that was holding your house up, that's the reason why yours got burnt down, right? Or you didn't have the right material. You didn't have your material needs to come from Tiffany's. That's the reason why your house got burnt like that. No, I'm not buying it. Y'all can buy it all you want and don't question it. And then now here we go again. We got something else we got now. Oh, weapons of mass destruction. Didn't we hear that before? who got the weapons of mass destruction? Is it the ones that's melting things? I gotta get back on the highway because this was just a waste of my time. Or what I could do is I could have make a left all the way down and then make a left, another left all the way down. Find, see if I can get myself to the. Come on, lady. Come on, sister. You got it, girl. You got it. So, where am I? Oh, I'm in the back roads. There's traffic over here. Gosh, they sure know how to make people go around the universe. Yeah, but so when I see certain stuff, I'm just like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I've seen the media try to twist something around or twist people's words around or look what they did to President Trump. Twitter banned the American people from hearing from President Trump. Like, who does that? You got to be evil as hell to do such a thing like that. Just basically cut his mic off, and he's the commander in chief of the United States of America, and you did that, and it was so disrespectful because you held the American people from hearing from the president that they voted for. So again, the way I feel about this is, I don't know. I honestly, I'm praying that we don't go to war or have a war. But the way that the cards are looking is that somebody is trying to instigate a war and they are trying to get our involvement in it. Like, we are being surrounded by beef and discord. And the people on Capitol Hill, they don't know how to balance a checkbook. They keep raising the debt ceiling and spending money and just think it's just going to come out of air. And then I keep hearing people say the average American got over $250,000 of debt over their head, and our children going to pay for it. Who going to pay for it? Why should I have to pay? Me and mine not going to pay for Jack when you're the one that was out there spending the money. And when Americans been asking for help, especially the middle class Americans, you're just like, oh, toughen it up. You can deal with it. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. And you owe us this. And now you want to take some more money and put it on the war. Why don't you put the money in people's homes and they're on their grocery list? You said, like, give them some money, some leverage to buy and get into something. I don't know. So it's just, to me, I don't know. It's like, I don't want to hear no bad news. I don't want to hear no bad news. It's like, it's already bad enough that you out here having to work and you're trying to take care of your family and you're trying to raise your family as as clean as possible, giving them what you didn't have and something better that the society has just, they corrupted so much. So if, I'm not, it's hard for me to believe the truth and what people are saying. You see what I'm saying? It's really hard for me to believe what people are saying. What the heck? Can I get over? not. Who put all these detours up here? Sorry, you guys. You know daggone where there's a detour behind me. Why would y'all put a detour in front of me? Sorry, you guys. Get me out of this street. Even he, like, we both in the middle of the daggone street. I've been telling myself to get me a daggone cell phone holder. I've been saying this for the longest time. I'm really just trying to get home. I really need to go get one of those holders because this is just getting ridiculous. But yeah, um I'm just hoping and praying that we don't go to war. Because every man that I've asked, so what do you think if they do a draft? Man, I ain't about to fight no war. And so like all of what I have been hearing when I, went ahead and turned on the news was that these folks ran up in these people's homes and started butchering them and butchering babies and beheading babies. And, I am not by all means saying that that's not true, but it's hard for me to believe the media. It's hard for me to be like, yeah, what they're saying is absolutely true. It's really hard because your track record of truth telling has been zero. Your that whole people are dropping dead everywhere you go, bodies laying in the street because of this pandemic. But yet Walmart was just running real good. I'm sorry, y'all. Look. What's this? I hope ain't nobody house on fire. Oh, y'all cooking out. Y'all cooking out. Y'all having a good time. That sound like a daggone. I mean, that don't smell like food. That smell like wood and. Okay, where am I? I need to hit the back roads. Ugh, I hate going over lumps. I'd be like, oh, my tires. Not today. But I don't know, y'all. I don't feel like it right now. It's just like go away with this nonsense. Stop bringing me bad news. I don't want to hear about you. We got to go to war with these. Just please, can't we all just get along? Can't we just all just chill? Oh, that's right. You got a group of people with some cards. They just want to start something. I think I would make a left down here, and that's where it's gonna take me where I need to go. I had to go all the way around. Here go another detour. What are they doing? I gotta see what exactly are y'all working on. Like, what are they doing? All right, this is. I don't even think. Well, I think this is where I'm supposed to be. So, all right. She said, "Don't worry, everybody's going to have pain in life." Really? That's what you think? Everybody's going to have pain in life? No. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. But I don't want to deal with you. It's already enough stuff that we got to deal with. I don't want to deal with war. So I'm just hoping and praying that we don't. I think the thing that's so troubling is that my dreams that I had, and it's like they're like lining up. They're like lining up. And I've been paying attention to folks' rapture dreams. I had a rapture dream too, and I'm like, everything is just lining up. And I'm like, here we go again. Can we just have a day of just prosperity, living a good life, everybody relaxing, and we all just we do what we want, we eat, we got homes, we live, we pursue, and just full of joy and peace and happiness. Can we just do that? Can we just for once? Don't want to hear, some people they was ranting about they were talking about aliens and stuff and UFOs, and people was like, these grocery bills are too high. I don't have time to think about the UFOs. I don't even have time to think about aliens. And it's crazy because remember, for decades, you used to think these people were cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now and all of a sudden, so what they say is true. Now we got it on the hill, and they're swearing, and they already knew about these daggone beings, but didn't want you to know about them, didn't want us to know about them. And now because they're coming about and they're all over the place, now we're going to start seeing them. Now they want to release me. Why are we beefing with countries when we don't know what ET got up his sleeve? Why, why are we sitting up here